Florida is home to some of the most unique and diverse wildlife in the world. From alligators resting along quiet shorelines to manatees gliding through crystal clear springs, these moments draw people from across the country and around the world. For many, seeing wildlife here is more than just a highlight, it's the reason they come.
Hi, my name is Emily Barlier and I am a master's student with Project Dragonfly based out of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. I spent 15 years working with wild animals and now help create unforgettable expeditions, bringing people closer to wildlife. I've seen both the magic of wildlife encounters, both personally and professionally, but I've also seen what can happen when things go wrong. This project, Seeing Wildlife Right, is about redefining what it means to encounter wildlife in the wild.
Because let's face it, the best wildlife encounters aren't about getting closer. They're about understanding what we're seeing. The idea of seeing wildlife right starts with something so simple. Distance ultimately is respect. Wildlife should always have the space to behave naturally. The goal, again, isn't an interaction, but to observe. And understanding behavior of animals in the wild and knowing when an animal is relaxed, stressed, or simply passing through can make all the difference. With the advancement of a variety of technologies and media, social media has changed how we expect to experience wildlife. Close encounters with animals like alligators and manatees are often portrayed as effortless, harmless, and at times even encouraged. But what we don't see is the full story. Wildlife may experience stress, their behavior can change, and in some cases, these interactions are unsafe and at times illegal.
So what does it actually mean to see wildlife right? Well, the good news is that it's pretty simple. It's about giving wildlife enough space to behave appropriately. It isn't so much about interacting with wildlife, more about observing wildlife. Now, there are a few tools at your disposal for you to get a little bit closer And I mean by seeing them a little bit closer, starting with your cell phone. Cell phones nowadays have a crazy powerful zoom feature, so you can get those memorable pictures and videos. Another useful tool at your disposal are binoculars. These are a pair that I got offline for not a lot of money, and they help get a better view from a safe distance. Now, if you have a little bit more money or are interested in photography, you can also spend a little bit more on a camera. This is a Nikon Coolpix P1100, which has a 3000 millimeter zoom. So I can get really close-up shots of animals when I'm out in the field or when I go on personal hikes. Now let's take a look at some examples of how to see wildlife right. For example, currently I'm driving on Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive in Central Florida, and as you can see, I get to enjoy this alligator from the safety of my vehicle. It's about a 9-footer. It does not look like it from this perspective, but this is a very big alligator that I've been spending some time with observing, and it's pretty cool. Now let's take a look at an appropriate example of how to view and enjoy manatees. This is an area where guests can walk alongside the water safely and view different sorts of wildlife, in this case, manatees. Off at the distance, you also see some kayakers who can view the manatees from the other side. This is a wonderful example of getting to see some really unique natural behaviors while keeping a safe distance.